Alright, here we go. Now you can see the pins here. Alright, you can see, well, you can't see it, but etched into the black is a list, if you're not sure where they go, ATX, micro ATX, and a list of the holes indexed, and all the holes you're not going to be able to see it. Well, you can barely see that one. That one's K. Cooler Master was nice enough to place that on the back and label all the holes, just so that if you're not sure, you know what's going on. Now, a closer look at the inside of the case, if you can. Bunch of holes. I'll probably drill new ones of these. I may even move the rubber grommets internally, just a little bit where these lines are. The motherboard comes down this line about here, stops at the bottom, and continues on. So there's about an inch and a half. I'll show you when it gets in there. There's a little bit of space in there where it doesn't quite do what you want it to do. Now, two things. I/O shield. Don't forget to install it. Keeps dust out. Does wonders. I sometimes forget to install it, and you got to take the motherboard out. Now, Cooler Master was also kind enough to give us this little thing. Now, what this is, and the camera needs to focus. What this is star Phillips screw on one side and a hex on the bottom. Now it fits over the mountings so that you don't need to get a special driver to tighten these up. You simply attach it to your screwdriver and away you go, like such. Alright, fairly easy to use. I will mention a little thing. You'll notice screwdriver is magnetic. Magnets are bad with PCs, but I'd rather get off there. I'd rather not lose a screw in the bottom of my case while I'm working on it, than I would have to worry about putting a very light magnet beside anything that's magnetically susceptible. First bit of cable management, you'll see what I did. This was out on the side, just hanging down. There's a little space at the top. I just ran it through. We're going to put this behind the motherboard so that it's completely hidden. It's going to run actually behind the motherboard, and then it's going to come up the side, little short thing, and plug in. You want to kind of, if the motherboard that you're using isn't quite the same, you want to kind of take a look at things and where you can hide these cables. These are not necessarily cable managed for better airflow. It's a pretty small cable. Anything helps though. More I hide them because I don't like the look of cables. The example would be this monstrosity over here is my old computer. I spent no time, and things have been swapped in and out of it so many times that you can see cable management is disgusting, and the reason the case is off, and there's a fan diligently scotch taped, and that one's actually very loose. It's actually blowing on my SLI setup. The other day they were at 110 degrees Celsius, hot enough to boil water on, so I ended up having to take the case off and do some modifications there, bring the temperature down, and that's primarily the reason why I'm being anal about the cable management in this system. That and the case actually has the ability to do that. So we'll get the motherboard in here. It's fairly simple. Oh yeah. Here, I just told you to put the I/O shield in, and guess what I forgot to put in? That's right, boys and girls. Well, boys and girl. There's probably only one watching. The I/O shield. Here it is right here. Now these things are pretty tough to get in sometimes. They're pretty snug fit actually. And you'll see on the side they're actually meant to be a fairly snug fit. Benefit with that, I guess, is that it doesn't come out. I don't know. Sometimes they don't quite fit. Sometimes you gotta give them a good shove. You'll actually hear them pop in there. Yeah, that one's pretty difficult to get in. Not the easiest one I've run across by any means of the imagination. Motherboard's in there the wrong way up. So it will fit in here like this. And there's actually on the Cooler Master, this middle pin, I don't know, yeah, there it is right there, it's actually got a step on it so that you don't have to worry about lining your motherboard up, getting it in there, seeing if it's proper. The top one up here has actually got the same thing. Now we're gonna have to do something with this pile of garbage. I don't know where I'm gonna hide that. And this is gonna plug in, where are we? This is gonna plug in right here. Sorry about the darkness, folks. I don't actually have a flashlight that I can set up. Anyways, that plugs in right here. We're gonna have to do something. I may, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I may reorient the fan so that it runs down the side of the fan. It's forced to take a longer trip, and we'll see what we can do. It is actually, as you can see, almost reaches the camera. It's fairly long for what it is and where it is, considering that it also came with this little extension which turns it into a Molex connector, which is fairly long in itself. It's all wrapped up, but again, useless. So we'll get that sorted out. I gotta find out and get this board connected. I gotta find out where all the cables are gonna run and how I'm gonna get them put in the right places, but we'll be back.